everybody, how are you? Good afternoon. I am here today because I'm excited to show you something that I absolutely love doing. We are going to make some bark, and my old favorite was the white chocolate bark with pretzels and pecans, and now we have this new product, the salted caramel. They're called salted caramel chocolate melts. I don't really know why the chocolate is in there because while it has the consistency of our melts, it doesn't taste chocolatey to me, but what do I know? It tastes very deliciously salted caramel. So I'm going to show you a little bit about what I did today to show you how much I know about Facebook. I tried to put in all the information and link the blog and everything, and then I couldn't figure out how to start my video. So I'll try to figure that out and put all that information below once I figure it out. But last night I did some experimentation here, and I just want to show you, this is kind of an ugly pan, but this side is our salted caramel melts that I melted in the microwave and mixed with chopped pretzels. Chopped and crushed pretzels. I used a rolling pin and kind of got some of them crunchy and some of them were even dust. It's so good. As you can see, I've taste tested a little. But then I took some of our white chocolate melts, and you want to use the melts because that's the hardening type of chocolate that we carry, and it is delicious. Before I go any further, if you want to go to your favorite craft store and buy what they have on the shelf, it tastes more like wax than flavorful. But I stand behind these. Sephra products are absolutely delicious, and heaven knows I've eaten enough to prove that. So try Sephra. I promise you'll love it. But in any case, I took the Sephra white chocolate melts and kind of spread it over the top. So what we have here is salted caramel pretzel with a white chocolate melts finish. Now on this side, I just spread the salted caramel in the pan, and I'm going to show you how to melt it in just a minute. And then I let it harden a little bit, came back with the white chocolate, and then right away when the white chocolate was still hot and warm, I sprinkled it with toasted pecans, and it is fabulous. So this is kind of a sample. Hopefully you can see that of what I did last night. And there's so many variations. So we're going to make something a little bit different today. I'm going to set this aside, and the first thing I'm going to do is put my white chocolate into the microwave. I always microwave all of my chocolate on half power, but particularly the white chocolate because it burns very easily. And once it burns, you can't use it for fondue or much of anything. So let me go ahead and put this in. And I'm going to put it in for 2.5 minutes at half power. And then I'm going to grab my parchment paper. And you can see I have just a regular, smaller, ugly old cookie sheet here. But the parchment paper is what makes it so easy to get out when you're done with it. I don't know about you, but I love having unique gifts at Christmas time and during the holidays. And this is very unique, and I think people love it. And if you have ever shopped for bark at your neighborhood kitchen store, you know that it's pretty expensive. And it's usually, I don't think it's all that good, especially compared to the Sephra chocolate melt. So last year we took dark chocolate and white chocolate and made peppermint bark, which was fabulous. And we also made the white chocolate bark with pecans. Again, they've got to be toasted, and I will actually link, I think we have a blog on our website, how to toast pecans, because you have to watch those really close because those will definitely burn. But those are my favorites from last year, and then the white chocolate with the pretzels is absolutely delicious, and that's like super inexpensive. I just use, I just bought a bag of pretzel sticks and kind of crushed them up. Today, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to spread my white chocolate in this pan here, and then I'm going to take some of these Sephra Caramel Chocolate Melts, and I'm going to melt them while I'm working with the white chocolate. So hopefully you guys will have time to stick around for this. While we're waiting, let me just show you how easy this is to work with. Once it hardens, and like I said, I did make this last night. It usually doesn't take that, I don't think it takes that long to harden, but I didn't get up in the middle of the night and check. But you just break these pieces apart, you know, and then you can set them, you can see that. I'll show you when I'm done, but you just break it apart, and these are really cool to put in those little cellophane gift bags and tie it with a ribbon. For Thanksgiving, you know, use autumn colors. And, okay, 1 second. What I'm going to do now, my white chocolate has been in for 2.5 minutes. I'm going to take it out and give it a little stir. And it is not quite melted yet. So we are going to go ahead and put it in again. Could probably do 3 minutes, but I'm just so leery of white chocolate. With the caramel, we will definitely do 3 minutes at a time. I'm going to put this back in. 2.5 minutes. Power level 5. Start. Okay. Anyway, so it's just super easy to break these pieces up and put them in little gift bags with whatever type of ribbon you want to use. And you can kind of vary it up a little bit, like giving this stuff out, which I have a couple people in mind that I'm definitely going to give some of this to. The best part is that the ugly pieces on the end you have to eat. So unfortunately I have a few ugly pieces over here, and let me tell you, this stuff is so good. I'm really very, very impressed with this new product because it adds a whole new flavor dimension to bark, which is one of my favorite things. Some of these pieces are probably a little bit big. Bark is rich and delicious, so, you know, this size is probably a good size because you don't want people to, you know, have a big old honkin' piece. But see, you can set that on your dessert table at Thanksgiving, or put it in little cellophane bags with a nice ribbon and give it away as gifts. And it's absolutely awesome and super, super easy to make. I made this last night in between cooking dinner for a family that was coming over, and just kind of threw it together. One thing about the pecans, I put them in at 350. It says that you shouldn't chop them first. I did chop them last night. But if you toast them for about 5 minutes, you'll be able to smell them. You can just sort of smell when they're ready. And double check, but make sure you set your timer. I always forget my pecans. And people are asking me questions, and I can't. Okay. I can't read from back here. So we're going to set that aside. And this, let's see if this is ready. Oh, it's getting there. See, it's nice and creamy. I'm going to stir it up real good and probably give it another 30 seconds. And I think what I'm going to do is sprinkle pecans right over top of the white and then drizzle it with the salted caramel. Okay, so we have about 18 seconds left. These are the pecans I'm going to use. Like I said, you can use pretzels. I also thought a couple other good ideas for these recipes with the salted caramel bark would be crushed Butterfinger candy. Ooh, I think that would be so good. And Oreo makes a really nice little cookie thin called salted caramel cookie thins. And okay, so I'm ready to go here, and I'm just going to pour this in my pan, and it doesn't have to fill the pan. Last night I made 2 separate batches, but today I just wanted to show you guys how this works. And I'm not even sure I'm going to be able to, I guess I can just drizzle the caramel stuff over the top. So while it's warm here, you can see this. Just kind of flatten it out with a wooden spoon. And bark is kind of better when it's thin. So since we're going to put two different types of chocolate on it, smooth it out till it's pretty thin. I'm going to go ahead and put this salted caramel in. 3 minutes. Half power. And in the meantime, I'm going to take my toasted pecans. And if you guys have not tried toasting pecans, they are like super good in your morning yogurt. Really good in salads. They are just delicious, and you know, good way to get your kids to eat nuts, which are really nutritious, so that's always nice. But I will show you when I'm done, and I'm just going to use most of these. And this probably will not dry. I'll shoot some pictures of this and put it in the post when I'm done. What the heck? These are really good. You can't go wrong with these. So this is what it looks like now. You can see that. Oopsie. And we'll just wait a couple minutes, and then we're going to drizzle on the salted caramel, and hopefully, I'm absolutely sure it will be delicious. So, but like I said, don't limit yourself. You could put the salted caramel on the bottom like I did last night. Both of these had the salted caramel on the bottom. You can use our white chocolate melts with our milk chocolate melts and our dark chocolate melts, and put peppermint in there. I'm trying to think, I mean, there are just so many options. You could do Oreo cookies, regular Oreo cookies, the chocolate kind. You could crush those and put them in white chocolate, and just have a blast. I think these are probably the best Christmas gifts that you can give to like friends and neighbors that they will really love, you know, instead of just a regular plate of cookies or something. This looks really expensive, and like you really, you know, went to a lot of work, and yet it's just so easy to do. That's why I'm always so surprised that it's so expensive when you go to, you know, those kitchen stores. So let me give this a stir. It's kind of starting to melt. Another thing you could probably do is just sprinkle chocolate chips on top. The blog that we just posted has some fabulous recipes using these salted caramel chips. Okay, let's see. There's a delicious butter cookie bar that has, it's like a shortbread cookie. And you sprinkle these chips into it, and oh my gosh, they are absolutely probably the best cookie bars I've ever had. They are so good. So take a look at the blog. We also have a picture of the apples that were dipped in the salted caramel. That's a really good thing to do for Halloween. We showed the other day, I showed you guys while I had the caramel running in the fondue fountain, our little select fondue fountain. You can give the kids little apples to dip in the fountain at Halloween parties and let them harden for 2 minutes, and they're ready to go. So it's a really nice treat for the kids. And I'm sorry, but this is not quite ready. So I'm going to stick it in for 2 more minutes because I want it to be drizzleable, if that's a word. So I'm going to stick this back in. 2 minutes and 30 seconds, half power. So yeah, the caramel apples are a really good idea. My mom made a pumpkin bread, and I think she said, she's the one that wrote the blog, she got the pumpkin bread mix at Trader Joe's and just added the salted caramel chips, and she said it was absolutely fabulous. So that's another nice gift that you could give, is, you know, the little pumpkin breads, and you can add the salted caramel chips. Totally sets yours apart from everybody else, because I don't know of anyone else that has such a fine salted caramel product. This is so delicious, out of the bag, or, you know, in cookies, cookie bars. She also made waffles with these and said it didn't even need syrup. They were so good because the little chips sort of crystallized, and it sounds like it kind of made a kind of a Liège waffle, which is a very fine Belgian waffle, and those are super delicious. So there's so many things that you can do with this. I just wanted to get on today and show you guys this before it got any closer to the holidays, so you can try it. So let me check out our salted caramel and see if it's a drizzleable. And if it is, we're going to go ahead and drizzle it over the top here. And this is going to be yummy stuff. So this may work. Yeah, this looks pretty good. I could probably give it another minute or so, but I think this is going to work. See how nice this is. This is why this makes such a great fondue. It's just so nice. We had it running in our Select fountain, and it was very fun. So I'm hoping you can see this as I do it. I'll try to bring the cup up high and get just little drizzles, and we'll make all kinds of cute designs. I'm not very good at this kind of stuff, but I'm definitely not a food blogger. That might actually be enough. Let me see. Obviously you can add as much as you want. So we'll just go on the ends here, because we don't want to have too much that I have to eat, you know. I want to be able to give this away to a couple friends that I have that would just love it. So I'm kind of going in kind of thick. If it gets too thick in some places, or if your drizzles turn into globs, that's okay. That's not a problem. You can actually come in with a little bit more. I have just a few of these left. And I would do this. I would actually save some of the pecans to go on top, just to give it a little more texture. Okay, there we go. Super, super yummy. I cannot tell you guys how delicious this is. And again, really try the Sephra. I've had some of the other stuff. It's not very yummy, and kind of does have that waxy taste, but this is great for candy making, and which is what we just did, fondue, and just all kinds of fun stuff. So y'all have a great day, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. And all I have to do is figure out how to turn this off without having to walk over and turn it off. Thank you so much. It's not working. Okay. Okay. Everybody have a great day, and I'll see you soon.